This guy almost tripped.
Yeah, move with that. All right, we good.
That's good.
Should be fine.
Oh,
Damn.
okay, now we're good.
Careful.
You guys missed me, didn't you? Ah,
You're doing
did.
great. You're doing great. Just amazing.
welcome back.
Welcome
Welcome
home.
home. I'm honored. Welcome back to Don't Think Too Hard, the podcast brought to you by Andre Campbell. No last names.
Blue Tree.
Fuck! The Don't Think Too Hard, the podcast brought to you by Andre, Johnny, myself, Maciej, and
A brand new producer.
producer in Patrick's absence, but probably will stay here even
And
if
replace
Patrick's
him.
back.
What? Oh, never mind. Okay.
What you say?
What? I said replace him.
I am honored.
I'm joking, Patrick. We miss you, man.
He's a
We
broken man. He's a broken man. Okay.
Indeed.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
So tell me, Andre, Johnny, what did you guys do this week?
Did you just say call me Andre Pajani?
No, I said
Andre and Johnny.
And Johnny.
Oh, I heard
Tell me
Andre
what you did this
I heard
week.
But I
Andre,
feel like-
Andre Padrani.
I feel like we should ask you, man. You've been
Yeah, I feel
I've
like
been
gone.
AWOL for a
I'm
long.
back though. I'm back. I feel good. I feel relaxed. For those of you who don't know, I was on vacation in the glorious country of Europe. Continent of Europe. The
That
country
works.
was Poland.
That's okay.
I went to go see family and had a good time. Before we begin,
yeah,
can I just say one thing that happened? This is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
there is nothing that's irrelevant.
Okay, well, I bought these pants. These are ripped jeans, and for those of you who know me, know I never express myself via clothing, so I never buy ripped jeans. I saw these in Poland. I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy ripped jeans. I'm gonna feel expressive. Dumbest thing I ever did.
What's the point of having
Why?
ripped jeans if they have fabric underneath the rib?
Let me explain myself. I thought these were so cool, so I bought them. When I got home, I put them on for the first time.
And they ripped.
My toe got stuck in one of the holes, and this one up here. So that's why you can see a
No
little bit
way.
of skin.
But
I'm
that's-
scared. I can't wear baggy underwear with this because, you know, if a thing is shifts over to the left leg, you're gonna be able to see it so high
a
up.
little earthworm just traumatize
so-
some kids.
Yes. So
Mom, why is that earthworm on his leg?
this is the one and only time you ever see me wear ripped jeans. I just wanted to wear these just for that occasion, just to specify, just to say that story. So that's why I'll never wear ripped jeans.
That's
ever
good.
again.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I'm
proud
glad
of
it
you.
didn't change you so that it, like you're just only buying ripped jeans. Because I don't know how I would feel for the rest of this
Yeah.
conversation.
There was this guy back in elementary school before like skinny jeans were like a thing. I guess he was ahead of the game, but he lost a bet and then had to buy. And then he bought girl jeans and he had to wear them for a day. And then
We have the same classmate.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
talking
know
about. And then
exactly.
for the rest of his life, he's just wore.
Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
He was the first person to wear girl skinny jeans, and then single-handedly transferred our whole like 8th grade into wearing skinny jeans.
Everyone just.
And
had
then
right
for
there.
some reason, the thing with skinny jeans just popped off, and then the younger kids started wearing colored skinny jeans. This guy started a whole trend in our elementary school.
That's madness.
Yeah, all because he lost a bet. But I think mentally he wanted to anyways, and he just wanted an excuse so he can tell other people this is why I'm doing it.
That's a
so don't make fun of
conspiracy.
me. I think that's what it was.
To be fair, I bought my fair of skinny jeans back in grade 8 too. But it's a funny story when I was buying those skinny jeans. I bought them with my parents, right? And we went into West 49 and I tried them on. And the second I came out of the changing room, first thing my dad said, "Are your nuts okay?" Your nuts are gonna be
Bro.
scrambled if you wear those.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I'm
my
like,
God.
he's like, jeans are not. He's a very old school guy, so he's
Yeah.
like, jeans are not supposed to be that tight. So,
Yeah.
but so I had
Did
to
you
buy
get
like
them
no, I bought like a pair that was way too big for me. So that it was like still skinny jeans, but it was a little more baggy.
Like
So-
slim fit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is
Slim
oversized
fit
skinny
wasn't
jeans.
a thing yet, man.
Yeah, so
This
you had
was
to
just-
improvise.
You gotta just
You know what I'm happy about?
what?
Is like I thought of wearing joggers before they became like a thing.
Like a fashion trend.
Yeah.
Like joggers used to be like you work out in joggers or you sit at home in joggers.
No, but these
Yeah.
are joggers.
Like when
Oh, those kind of. I thought you meant
Yeah.
like jogging pants, like sweatpants.
That was like the first one,
Yeah, but I meant I guess casual joggers.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I remember I read books. It's like, oh, he'll put on like drawstring trousers. Like, wow, imagine not having to wear a belt and just tying your waist, and
Can
then
we-
having like cuffed
Can,
legs.
can we address that you guys are completely matching then?
I'm wearing green.
He's wearing green.
Pants.
But they're both joggers. And you guys
Leave
both,
me
you have
alone.
twists in your hair. Johnny, what are those?
It's dreads.
Don't you have dreads?
That's
Oh,
twist.
I have twists. He has
So
dreads.
you have baby dreads coming in.
And I have combed.
You have swept, comb over
I have the Dortmund haircut.
the Royce.
The Royce haircut.
The Royce, the
Royce
Royce
is
check.
another guy who like completely inspired an entire fashion trend.
What he
He was the only person to have that like floppy hair, that comb over styled hair.
And then
Was he?
Draxler came.
Yeah, and then Draxler did it, and then
Yeah.
the whole Dortmund team did it, and then everybody else on
And
the
then
fucking planet did
Götze.
it.
Who was the first one to do that blonde trend? That what,
Royce.
Neymar.
What,
Royce. What
During the
blonde?
Royce is blonde. That
No,
doesn't
no,
count.
Neymar was
Remember
the first
when
to
there
blonde
was like
his hair.
this? There was like a period, like a year, where everyone just had bleached hair.
It was Neymar. I remember in the World Cup.
No, I think it was Messi even got his hair bleached. but
Yeah,
it was
but
Messi.
he wasn't
it was
first.
after, it was after Neymar because every girl on Twitter
No,
went nuts when this guy bleached
But
his
I
hair.
don't think it was Neymar. Like Danny Alves did it also.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was
then
after.
Aguero
It was,
did it.
it was
though.
after. I remember it was after Neymar did it because I remember Messi did it, and then
Aguero
Aguero
did
did
it.
it because Messi did it, and then who else
Freaking Ramsey did it.
that was weird.
Ramsey.
That was-
Lewandowski did it too.
Lewandowski did
it. Yeah.
But Lewandowski fucked up. Instead of blonde, he did like platinum gray.
This guy looked like a wizard.
Oh my god, yeah, but that was a big.
Yeah, but I
And
don't
then
think,
Mbappe
did
did
Neymar
it.
start it? Because Neymar started like Neymar did so much dumb shit with his hair that
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I'm pretty sure in like 2 years, everyone's gonna dye their hair pink. I'm pretty sure Mbappe did that. Did he? No.
no Neymar did it. Neymar dyed his hair pink.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because he did it, every other player's gonna start
You
doing
see
it.
the freedom that just having unlimited money gives you. You
Yeah.
can just do whatever you want,
And it's cool.
and people just
Automatically.
accept it. Like if Neymar just came up dressed like Sasuke, everyone would just be like, "Oh, okay." But if I did that,
You'd be like, what a fucking weirdo.
yeah, I was like, "Who is this guy?"
You would have to own it. Yeah,
Someone-
your confidence level would have to skyrocket so much that it's arrogant.
I feel like Pogba did that too, though, because very soccer players before Paul Pogba were very like reserved in terms of hairstyles and stuff
Yeah.
Ronaldo was the first one to have like a crazy haircut.
What?
Fun fact about bleached hair. It was a tradition that dates back to 1998 in Romania.
So the Romanians.
And they used it to like
You say
bring
1998?
yeah, to
That's how
bring
recent it is.
to bring luck. It was in the World Cup in France.
That's why Neymar did it in the World Cup.
Oh, yo.
That makes sense. That makes
You know,
sense.
soccer players get way less credit than they deserve.
For
what?
trend setting?
Yeah, not even
Yeah.
that, but like if Neymar thought about it, it's like the Romanians did it in their World Cup. I'm gonna bring it back for this World Cup.
And then lose 7-2. Oh yeah, he
that
got
was,
slapped.
was that the
And he almost
that was
and he-
Brazil World Cup.
yeah, that was the World Cup. He bleached his hair, and then he almost
No, but
snapped
he
his
did-
spine.
Yeah, he snapped
the
it. Well, he didn't snap. Someone else.
He
snapped.
almost-
Someone broke his
Yeah,
spine.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh my.
For good luck.
You know what the crazy thing about that whole situation was?
What?
My teacher in grade 12, not gonna name his name, but this was pre World Cup. Like me, you guys know Vinny. We were doing like our bracket predictions and organizing the World Cup.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I had Argentina and Germany in the finals. Not gonna start, but I give myself really kudos for that. And Vinny had Brazil winning the World Cup. And our
Nuts.
teacher came up to us, me and Vinny, and said, Brazil's not going to win the World Cup because somebody went into the FIFA transcripts or whatever, essentially found out that Brazil would not win the World Cup because Neymar would suffer injury through the tournament.
So you're telling me
I don't know, but
it's scripted.
It's either though he was incredibly lucky with that
No.
coincidence, or
No,
it's scripted.
you can't suggest that because now I can't watch World Cups anymore. I need an
But is
answer.
it just World Cups or is it?
Yo, don't
football as a
finish that
whole?
thought. Okay, now I can't watch football.
What if it is?
Was it a prediction?
No,
Like-
it wasn't a prediction.
You
It
said
was like,
transcripts.
It was like in the he hacked like FIFA or hacked like the organization of FIFA, and he essentially told us Vinny had Brazil winning the finals, and he said no, don't pick Brazil in your thing because some guy hacked FIFA, found out that halfway through the tournament Neymar will suffer a tournament ending injury, and then Brazil are scheduled to lose against whoever they play in the semis. I think he said Germany at the time, but I don't want to sound too specific. But I remember him saying Neymar will be injured halfway through the
So
tournament,
it's a lie. So it's all
and
a
Brazil
lie.
will lose in
all a
halfway
lie.
through in the semis.
It's all a lie.
What's real?
So what if
anymore?
What if the Euros were scripted to be rescheduled, and this whole virus thing was just to reschedule the Euros
Yo,
Or
and the Qatar World Cup, which doesn't make sense?
it's also funny because Portugal won a whole Euro without winning a single game in 90 minutes.
what do you
Yo,
mean?
don't
Like
do that.
Portugal didn't win a game when they won the Euro Cup. They didn't win a game within 90 minutes.
Like even in the group
Oh.
stages.
In the group stages, they had 4 draws or 3 draws, and they advanced. And then
So they won without winning.
they won without winning. They beat Poland in PKs.
And then a man like Eder, who I've never seen play for any club team, just bangs in a
40
wall,
yards screamer against
left
France.
footed, and he's right footed. No, see now you did this, and I'm gonna go home and lock myself in a dark corner
That's crazy.
and contemplate everything
People say that's the most undeserved Euro Cup, but I'm like, they won, so they won.
just to get Ronaldo. What if it's a conspiracy to stop Messi from winning a World Cup? Ronaldo has his. No, I can't do that. Don't
Ronaldo
do that.
doesn't have a World Cup.
No, he has a
Euro.
Euro.
Yeah.
International trophy.
Yeah.
But doesn't Messi has an Olympic medal?
So who cares about the Olympics? It's like, oh, you're playing against Bulgaria.
You just insulted every single Olympian to ever exist.
No, it's like,
No, I mean, like,
in the sport
In comparison to the World Cup,
because you can't even bring your like the Olympic squad. You can't bring like all your best players. Like there's like limits and stipulations and.
Is it
whatever.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't bring your
like
World Cup
Neymar
squad.
has an Olympic medal.
I
I
think-
can't compare Neymar to Messi just because they both have the same amount of international trophies.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, no, it's not. The Olympic is not the same as World Cup. Like if you look at the Olympic team, I think it's something weird. Like you can only bring like 5
4.
professional players or some weird shit like that.
And everybody else has to be like under 23 or something.
Yeah, so
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like something
That's so
weird
stupid.
like that. Yeah, so that's why I don't give it. Like like the other Olympic sports that are made to be Olympic sports. Like obviously, I respect them. You know,
But just footy Olympics.
Footy and basketball
Footy and
is
basketball,
like, it's a
like,
write-off.
Well, basketball's a write-off because it's just the U.S.
It's just
that
an
you're
all-star
smashing.
team against the world. Oh.
Yeah.
Speaking of international football, though, you guys know the UEFA Nations League is going on right now?
Yeah, I saw a game.
I was watching Poland get fucking smashed by the Dutch.
oh, that's what is going on. I
Like-
thought they were playing international friendlies.
No, that's a UEFA
They were
league.
for, I think last week they were playing
Because my
friendlies.
dad asked me the other day if France won, and I was like, France. He's like,
Why do
"What
you
the
give
fuck
a
I was like, what are you talking about? I was like,
No, it's like a UEFA Nations League. Poland has their group with Bosnia, Italy, and the Dutch. And then
Okay.
they got royally raped by the Dutch. Like,
Are they good now?
The Dutch?
Yeah.
They're
like
nasty.
Van Dijk.
It's all Van
Depay and
Van
whoever.
Dijk. They have Van de Beek.
Wijnaldum,
They have
Van de Beek,
Van de Beek.
De Ligt,
De Ligt.
De Jong,
De Jong.
Wijnaldum,
Okay, show me a striker though.
Depay.
He's like a winger though. He's not like a striker.
Play striker for Leon.
Huntelaar. I lied. I think
I
he's
remember
retired.
that guy. That guy is nasty,
That was
bro.
He pissed me off.
That was a
Nasty, bro.
7-Eleven Van Persie, bro. That's what he was.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so
Okay,
we
yeah,
got
I guess
way
there's
off
the
topic.
play. Why are we off topic?
Oh, it's because
Stop
you
thinking too
trip.
hard, bro.
Yeah,
Poland.
I know.
Oh,
trip.
yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yo,
yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
this
yeah,
podcast
yeah.
is about me. I waited 4 weeks to get back on this podcast, or however long it was.
I don't know how long it was.
It was a long time.
Feels like
It was a
You guys
long
miss me?
time. I did.
You guys want to know a fun fact?
What? Hit me. Last week was stressful.
Was it?
Sorry, I just had to get that in.
Like with the podcast?
Yeah.
I took a 5-hour nap afterwards because my brain was
It
like, bro,
was-
don't ever do that. Ever do
It
it
was
again.
stressful. You know how many times if you see, especially Johnny, there's so many times he like start a sentence and then just stop talking.
Yo, because my brain would be like, my train of thought would be like, do you actually know what's at the end of this road? And I'll be like, no. So I just stopped.
And then you know how many times
But-
you're like, what's his name or who is this?
Who is But can I just say, I was supposed to start this episode with it, but I was so excited, and I started saying shit that was at the top of my brain. But
Okay, what?
when you guys came, and I opened the door and I said, okay, this is when I'm going to start the podcast. I woke up this morning saying, this is when I'm going to start the podcast with.
Okay.
Andre, Johnny, I just want to say, and Elena too, great job with the podcasts. Round of applause
Thank you,
for you.
sir.
You guys kept everything going. Everything looked fantastic. Content was A1.
I was drowning, but I'm glad you thought I was
No,
swimming.
I watched every episode. It was,
Okay,
top
that's
class, top class. Congrats, guys.
That's
I'm
good
proud
to
of you
know.
guys.
That's good to know.
Proud. So thank you for covering for Patrick
Yeah.
and I.
No worries, man.
The first two were like okay, but that last one,
I was out of gas.
that last one, I was like, whoa.
Now you have me to help you guys out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me start. Where's the most important part? What do you think happens in Poland? You drink.
You drink a lot.
I went 2 weeks and 5 days drinking alcohol.
2 weeks?
2 weeks and 5 days.
Huh.
Every single day, we drank something.
Figured.
Like
Where there
drink
was-
till you're drunk, or like just drink?
No. Like for example, some days we drank till we were drunk. Some days we just drank,
Like
a
water.
few beers.
Oh,
And 2 weeks and 5 days straight.
I think
The only
would
days
die.
I was sober were the last 3 days.
I would have died for sure. I would have died.
Those were your recovery days.
I would have been airlifted.
Yo, imagine being
To Berlin.
hungover on a plane. Yo, how
Imagine
was that
being-
plane ride?
Imagine
on the
being-
way there, plane ride was fantastic.
Yeah.
Plane ride because I was like I worked all day.
Was you excited?
Yeah, exactly. I was so I worked all day. Well, the flight left at 11. So by the time they finished serving dinner, it was like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Right, and I passed the fuck out for the last 4 hours. I passed out. We landed. The car ride was terrible because normally it's a 3.5 hour car ride, but what they did was from Warsaw to where we live, it's about a 3.5 to 4 hour car ride. However, from Warsaw to Częstochowa, which is about an hour and a half drive, traffic backed up.
Oh.
And so the way they do it in Poland is, you know how here when they're doing road replacements, they do like, for example, 10
One
kilometers
lane
at a time,
yeah, or
and then
one
leave the
lane
old
at a
road.
time. Yeah.
Or they
There,
did the
they
entire
fucking
thing.
destroyed 60 kilometers of road.
Oh,
So it was just backed up,
So it was backed. When I say backed up, it was like
constipated.
Anco on a Wednesday night backed up.
Oh, that's terrible.
Backed up. It took us 7 hours.
That's terrible
okay,
because
Clubber.
I've
Mr.
never been
Clubber,
there
man.
and
I've
I
never
know
been
that's
to Anco
terrible.
It was.
Well,
That's
I've
the
seen-
only time I went to Anco on a Wednesday night last time.
I've seen videos and it's nuts, bro.
Yeah, Latin night, bro. That's why I gotta open up a club, man. It's the easiest way to make money. So, a 3 hour car ride took 7 hours. Our flight was 7 hours and 30 minutes. So outside of those 4 hours I slept on the plane, I was up for essentially like 29 hours
Wait, what? Math?
because it,
No, he was up for 29 hours.
29
Oh,
hours.
because you were awake
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
I was just trying to count in like the travel, and I was like, 7 plus 7, 29?
no. So since the morning I woke up when we left.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
When
I
we
get you
arrived in
now.
the house,
I get you now.
29
and
hours.
so I was exhausted. I was dead. Like I got out of the car and I went to go hug all my aunts and uncles and cousins. I was like, nice to meet you guys.
and then slept.
We go inside, and this is how I knew I was home. When they're like, so we're gonna get, my parents were like, oh, we'll just have some tea and we're going to bed. We'll just have some tea and going to bed. My uncle comes in. Guys, welcome to Poland. 2 liter vodka. Slammed
Nuts.
it. My dad's whiskey that he bought at duty free on the airplane. Slammed it. So first
How
night
many
we
of you
were
were there?
first night we fucking went off. Hammered.
How many of you guys were there?
When we arrived,
Yeah.
so we had
Like, how many people were drinking? That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to gauge how. Like, that's two.
How much
full
alcohol
bottles.
was
Josephine,
shared?
Jacob, myself, 3 pairs of moms, 3 pairs of dads, my cousin, 10 of us,
Okay.
or 11 of us.
That would still have
That's
me
still a
dead.
lot. Yeah, no.
4 liters
That's
of
a lot.
alcohol.
4,
'Cause
yeah.
That's that's basically what happened. Never
So
mind.
so we slammed it. Everyone went to bed. It was like 4 a.m. So it was like that was when 29 hours since I woke up to when we arrived at the house.
Yeah.
Plus all that drinking, I was gone. I woke up
Yeah.
at like 3 p.m. the next day. Plus jet lag. Fuck it, worse. The worst. That night happens. Hey, we're gonna go see my mom's family.
Oh,
So guess what happened at my mom's family?
yeah.
More drinking.
More drinking. Come back. 3rd day. Hey, my uncle has like this old like outback cottage that he has like nearby his house, walking distance. Guess what happens there? My cousin comes back. Like my 2 of my cousins are married. They just one of them had a wedding there, and then one was married 2 years ago. They came down. Guess what we did again? Drank. Then after that, we had a rest day where we just drank beer all day.
That's rest. That's rest and recovery.
Then the day after that, my other cousin came back because she finished her work. It was like the Monday, I think, and she came back. She had the whole week off because we had a wedding at the end of the week. So she came back, whiskey that night, and then it was drinking some stuff. We dabbled in some stuff. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3-day wedding. Gone. All 3 days. Fucking hammered. And then, beer here, beer there, whiskey, beer, whiskey. 2 weeks
That's
and 5
nuts.
days later of nothing but drinking. I have 5 witnesses in this house that say so. And it was yeah.
That's
crazy.
That's nuts.
Crazy amount of drinking.
Wow.
But overall, it was a fantastic time. Quick summary of what we did. If you guys saw Josephine's Instagram story, she kind of did like a 1 second snippet of what we did every single day.
Honestly, I don't be on Instagram like.
Okay, I have it on my phone if you guys want to see it later.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was like one day we just walked around the village. Day 2, we went to see one city. Day 3, we went to see another city. Day 4, went like tree top trekking. Day 5, went swimming. Day 6.
This is like in between the drinking.
Yeah. So it's like we drank at night.
So this is you going to bed at 4 a.m. and then waking up.
Well,
and
not
then
4.
going-
It wasn't 4 a.m. every night. It was like sometimes 1 a.m. 12.
Okay, so this is you going to bed at 1 a.m. and then waking up and climbing trees.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
right,
glad you
right.
pointed that out.
You know what?
I'm gonna breeze by that.
But you want to know what something? You know what the best cure for a hangover is? That I have now realized.
Bread.
Because
It's more alcohol.
I was that too. But I was hungover, and
What?
my cousin just like here, like you have a hangover. I'm like, yeah, some fucking Polish wizardry. Get a tomato, get onions, pepper, make like a little tomato sandwich, and slime like 2 of them, and you're good.
That's nuts.
So you put onions in between a tomato.
And then sprinkle
some-
like black pepper on it, and just eat it.
And then it's gone.
Not gone, but
Like
you feel
if-
so much better. And then you just eat some bread, drink some water, and then
I'll try it.
you can go climb trees.
Next time I'll
That's
try.
good. If you're good enough to climb trees, then yeah.
Craziest
good
thing,
enough.
craziest thing we did was either the wedding, because the wedding was really really fun. It was like it wasn't. Think of like a big intimate wedding, but it wasn't really that big.
I mean,
Okay.
big for me is like more than 20 people, so
Okay,
that's
so
probably
it's big.
huge.
It wasn't huge. It wasn't huge.
50
Like,
people?
Believe it or not, for a wedding, because like weddings in Poland are kind of fucked up. Like they're 3 days.
Yeah, see, that's enormous.
They're 3 days.
Okay,
That's a veiled music
So
festival.
when are you married? At the end of the 3 days?
No, at the beginning.
At the beginning.
So
of
you
the
get married in the church. Then
Yes.
from the church, you either the wedding was 3 hours, a 3-hour bus ride from our home,
Okay.
and we had to go, and then we stayed at the location
For 3 days.
for 2 nights. No, 1 night,
Yeah.
1 night, and then the second night was like the second day was like a another big party with the whole reception.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 reception days, and then we came home. Imagine being drunk on a bus for 3.5 hours.
I can't.
Here's the best part. 3-hour bus ride. So let's say the wedding happens on the 10th.
Yeah.
It didn't happen on the 10th, but for now we'll say on the 10th. We wake up the morning. Everyone gets their makeup done on the bus, but in the regular clothes. We get on the bus. 3-hour bus ride. They're serving liquor on the bus.
Oh.
Vodka
And
shots.
that's where I.
But
take
on
it
weddings, they only serve vodka. So you can't. There's no open bar on Polish weddings. They
from. So
only
there's no
serve
like chill drinks. Like, hey, I want alcohol, but I don't want it.
no.
Okay.
No. Well, if you want chill drinks, you say cheers with your shot and pour into your vodka shot, and you pour into your glass of Coke or glass of orange juice.
Oh,
And
but
then
And
you
then
can
you
get
drink
so
the
you can
Coke.
get juice.
yeah, they have juice.
Oh, okay. I thought they
you
only
said only
served
serve vodka. So I
vodka.
thought
So
I was
it's
like,
like,
yo, I'm
hey,
thirsty.
can I have
Here's
water?
a shot.
He's like, hey, can I have water? Here's a shot. Can I have Sprite? Here's vodka with lemon.
No.
Okay,
No,
okay,
no.
okay.
So you
Yes,
know,
yes,
but
yes.
the only liquor they serve is vodka.
Yeah, okay,
so that
that
people
makes
don't mix.
Yeah.
like you're forced to drink vodka. Like if you
Oh,
want
that's
whiskey,
smart.
forget
Which is
about
fine.
it.
Yeah, that's
You
smart.
could have wine also, but I think wine are for like the older people who can't really handle vodka anymore.
I like wine.
I like wine too.
I can't handle vodka, though. That's
I
probably gonna
fucks
be
with
me.
wine.
Yeah. Anyway, so they're serving vodka on the bus.
Yeah.
Bus they had like 4 or 5 bottles between like 30 people, so it got cleared pretty. I think I had 3 shots on the bus. So we get off the bus. We get to the groom's house. They're serving shots there too.
Is the vodka stronger than here?
No, it's the same.
Okay.
It's like the Smirnoff or Absolute,
Okay.
but we had like this vodka called the Oginski, which is actually a really good Polish vodka. If you don't, for those of you who are vodka lovers, I'm in the church 5 shots in. Mass goes on. I'm the guy who pop the confetti when they walk out. So there's 4 of us. We pop the confetti. Yeah. Church is close to the reception. We walk from the church to the reception place. We sit down. In Polish weddings, there's no speeches. None of that gay like entrance. You know the stuff where they're like, here's the best man. There's no best man, no bridesmaid, no groom's party. You know, there's none of that. Here comes the bride and the groom, and they do their stupid little dance in the middle.
They throw rice.
Yo, they do the glass thing. What are you talking about?
No, they throw rice as the bride.
No, they don't do that.
Okay.
When they're in there, you say congratulations, give them your money, whatever. Everyone sits down. First dinner. First of all, you'll never starve at a Polish wedding. They serve food until 4 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Hot food. So essentially it was drinking and dancing and eating. That's all you did.
That's dangerous for me.
So the party ended at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I went to my room 6 a.m. We had to wake up for breakfast. If you wanted breakfast, it was at 12 to 1. Breakfast was 12 to 1. So if you wanted breakfast, you have to wake up for 12. So I woke
12
up for
a.m. or 12 p.m.?
the one for the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noon.
So
Wait, you say breakfast is at noon?
yeah, because
everyone-
you go to bed at 6 and you're drunk. To be fair, if
That's
they
early,
did
bro.
it any earlier, that would have been criminal.
It's like, yo, breakfast at 7 is 4:45.
So we ate breakfast. People smoked if they wanted to smoke. Then you got dressed. You put on your day 2 attire for the day 2.
Yeah.
Day 2, it's like a lot of people had to go home because they could only stay for one night. So it was like about 3/4 of the reception was still there. And essentially it was much of the same thing. Band played, you drank, you ate. They served dinner. And then at 10, the bus gets loaded to come back home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're sloshed on the bus. But when people are drunk after a wedding, they got so much adrenaline hyped up that they want to drink more. And they drink more.
Oh, so
And
it's
then
not drunk
more.
enough to go to bed though.
Is drunk enough is like, hey, let's never sleep again. Oh.
Yes. So we drank 3 hours on the way home. Imagine being drunk and that bus is moving.
Yeah.
And the guy who was pouring the shots was walking up and down this bus with the bottle. It's hilarious. And so, yeah, so that was the wedding. And then the third day was kind of just like an intimate, just very immediate family from my dad's side. And we just kind of drank.
That's pretty cool, man.
And then after that, 2 days later, after the 3 days, we had like a full-on rest day. Where we watched like...
Yeah,
me and
you
my
need
cousin,
that.
Josephine, my brother, myself, my little cousin, and then my 2 other cousins. We literally spent 11 hours just watching Adam Sandler movies.
Okay. Good.
And the day after that, we went to Auschwitz.
That's a sharp change in direction.
Yeah, so we went to go see Auschwitz. We had a whole Auschwitz tour. It's my second time going there, but the first time I went there was like, I wasn't too young to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I heard it's like
I
really
understood-
heavy going in there.
Here's the thing. The thing with Auschwitz is it's so loud outside. It's like in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
Or a city beside it. And it's really loud. Lots of people, lots of hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
You walk through the gates.
You don't hear anything.
Fucking dead quiet.
Yeah.
Dead quiet. It was
That's
the most
nuts.
surreal experience I felt in a long time.
Yeah.
You got to walk through gas chambers, their living quarters. You got to see where like the mass, you know how they couldn't cremate people fast enough, so they kind of dug a giant hole and threw
Just
like
threw them in there.
thousands of bodies in at once and lit them all on fire.
Yeah.
You got to see where that happened.
That's nuts.
Many gas chambers. What else? What else did you see? You saw where like that crazy German scientist would take twins and do like
the Doctor of Evil or
fucked
something?
up,
Yeah,
most
yeah.
fucked up experiment. You gotta see like the tables that he used. You gotta see shoes, prisoners' hair,
Oh yeah, I heard there's like a room full of hair. Yeah.
pots, the suitcases prisoners came in, shoes, glasses, combs, dolls from like little kids that were confiscated, clothes, obviously, like you saw like the pajamas and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got to see where Saint Maximilian Kolbe died in prison because he saved a prisoner. Essentially, what the story is Saint Maximilian Kolbe, a prisoner escaped, and they sent people to die. One guy begged for his life, and Kolbe says, "I'll take his place," and that's why he became a saint. So you saw the cell where he died. You saw where this giant wall was, like this concrete wall where they would line up like 10 prisoners and shoot them. One bullet would kill 10 people at once if they, like, for example, got overcrowded. So they'd just be like, all right, it's time for you to die. Gas chamber is booked up for the whole day, so we're going to take you to this wall and shoot you in the head.
Nuts.
So you saw the wall. You saw this bar which hung the most amount of people in the world, on the planet. Like the same metal bar was I think it had like 700 kills or something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So it's like it's an incredibly surreal place. It's
That's
you walk on the train tracks.
Oh, the one that took everybody. Yeah, okay.
So that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's a wild place to go from 3 nights of constant drinking, and then it's like, yeah, we're going to Auschwitz.
We're going to Auschwitz. But that was actually when we landed in Poland. My girlfriend
That'll
was
sober
like,
you up quick, though.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one of the places you go if you go to Poland, no?
you
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's so heavy.
Yeah, it's humbling.
You do it once in your life, and then you never want to go back.
Yeah.
Like if someone asked, if you guys said, "Hey, let's go to Poland, go to Auschwitz," I'm like, "You guys go on your own."
That's
It's heavy.
That's
It's heavy
wild.
for me. I couldn't do it.
We should do that though. We should visit all of our home countries.
That'd be fun.
that would be cool. I mean, we'll visit twice, basically.
That's okay. I'm down with that. No, we can go to England.
Oh, yeah, we'll go to England, yeah.
Oh, I
I've
got
never
family
been.
there too.
Question
Yo.
for Maciej.
Yes.
Did you like spiritually feel different
When I went to
when you
Auschwitz, I felt I don't know define spiritually like I felt it was one of those things where when you walk it's one of those things where you can't really comprehend the horrors that happened. When you just hear about it, it's like, damn, that's fucked up. Like I bet you it's the same with like anything like slavery or
the Rwandan
Holocaust
genocide.
or exactly.
Yeah.
When you
lots of
read
things.
about it and think about it, you're like,
Yeah.
damn, that sucks. That's,
Well, until
that's
you,
horrible.
like-
Like, why would anyone do it?
Yeah.
But when you actually go into something and you visually see tools of mass destruction, or you see claw marks in the gas chambers, or you see a bar that killed 700 people, or you see the trains which carry people to through the gates of hell.
Yeah.
And you see like when you actually see the
That
fucked
it
up
actually
shit
happened.
and that it actually happened, it becomes so much more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like you could go through any other horror mass destruction, like for example, you go look through history and say, oh, this many people died here. It's like, damn, that sucks. But you don't
Yeah.
actually like understand it until
Yeah.
you have it in front of you, and then you're just
Yeah.
like, this is I'm walking the same. It's
Yeah.
So it's just heavy. Like you go in pretty like excited to see history, and you go out saying, I never want to go back there again.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
I think that's a good reaction to have. Like, if you were excited to go again, that would be kind of like
That's it's like little Stalinesque
sociopath.
here, buddy.
There might be a little
we need to have
homicidal.
a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call your therapist or
like
something.
even if you weren't there, that's still kind of like a trauma to you as a Polish person, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess I don't. It's hard to say because like I can sit here and kind of no disrespect to any Polish person, but I can sit here and bullshit. Oh, it hurt me. I felt their pain when I walked here and stuff.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, like I didn't feel that. I felt the pain for not Polish people, but for anybody who's experienced that.
Yeah, just
Whether
as
it's
a
the
human.
Jews, the Soviets, the Poles, the Romanian, the Gypsies, anybody who's like I felt that pain. I didn't really feel pain as like a Polish person walking in through it. I didn't
Yeah.
feel pain for me. I felt like pain for like, damn, these people fucking suffered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it was.
But I think that's like people need to, when you travel, like that's the kind of experience you need to like to gather from.
Yeah.
Like that's how it makes you more culturally
Aware.
One
aware
thing-
or just like educated on everything.
One thing that I regret is kind of not having Josephine here with me, because like her experience
It's
It
different.
would be
would be
different
completely different.
than
Yeah.
yours. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
For example, like me, no disrespect to Josephine, but like I'm a history geek.
Yeah.
So I read about this stuff prior. I studied it. I watch YouTube videos on it, documentaries, whatever you want. Like I prior to entering Auschwitz, I knew all about it. I knew the horrors that was within it. Josephine witnessed it head on. So I'm very interested to see what her opinion on it was.
Yeah, because it'd be different. Her perspective would be real
Because to
different.
hear everything for the first hand and being able to
To
physically
see it,
look.
why
Yeah.
when you see, for example, you walk into the hairs and she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
When she
Like
saw
if
all
you've
the
never
hairs,
heard about
and
it.
then she's like, why is there a bunch of hairs here? And then you kind of hear because the way we did it was we had a Polish tour guide,
Yeah.
and I just translated over the Josie, and she said, why are there so many hairs here? And I said every prisoner when they came in, like
To shave.
they had to shave everything. They were stripped. They were
Yeah.
washed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then and she's like, so they kept all the hair. And I'm like, yeah, because
Yeah.
they would use the hairs for like
Wigs and shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then she walks into the gas chamber and then she kind of like she was frozen for a bit, and she kind of like was startled. It's like, okay, what is this? And then I'm just like, what do you think it is?
Yeah.
And then she's like, and then I kind of broke it down and she's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
It's a lot. Oh man.
yeah, so that's
No. But you can't really.
okay. Yeah, it's hard to follow up from something.
Listen, the only way
Yeah.
to move on from this conversation is just take the hardest left you've ever taken and just talk about something.
But I still have more to talk about.
Oh yeah, go
you
on.
do. I know. So just go talk.
Um.
That was a part of
Take it
your trip.
away, bro.
Oh
This is
no.
Matt's
That was
episode
chapter
today. Let's
5.
go.
Now we're on chapter 6.
Oh, so after that, it was just after Auschwitz. We just went to see like the very historical cities in Poland, for example, Katowice, and then we walked through Katowice, and in Katowice, there's the beautiful thing about Poland, and I'm guessing this is like in every country in Europe, but for those who aren't that familiar with history, Poland was the first country to get bombarded by the Germans. Like it was the first country to get absolutely ruined by the Nazi Germany, and you could see there's 3 types of buildings in Poland. There's the buildings that survived pre-war. There's the buildings that were repaired during war, and the buildings that have been completely renovated and remodeled.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like you walk down one street and it's like all these buildings that are like 1900 to 1920, and then you see all these buildings that are 1950 to 1980s, and then you see all the buildings that are like 1990s to current, and like you see that progression from street to street, and it's super cool. We entered a medieval castle
That's pretty
that's
sick.
still standing. That was not still standing. Like obviously it's been
been,
preserved and
yeah.
rebuilt in some areas, but
Yeah.
the general structure is still the same. What else do we do? And then we just from city to city bounced around.
Played volleyball.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
did.
visit any stadiums?
No, they're closed.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Besides, Poland's not fantastic in footy. Like their league is pretty garbage. So
Oh, okay.
there's not really any historical stadiums or no.
That's fair.
That's stuff I have to do, man. When I went to Spain, I was mad I didn't go to the Malaga Stadium. Like I saw it from a really high building and looked up. I was like, that's it.
Did you see the
Then we
Bernabeu?
No, I didn't go to Barcelona. I went to things. So I went to Sevilla.
No, not the
Malaga.
Camp Nou.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You said Madrid. I did say Barcelona. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to say Barcelona, but yeah, no, you meant Madrid.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, I went to Sevilla, Malaga, Ronda, but that's like a mountain sea. That's where they fought bulls. And
Oh, it's another thing. We climbed mountains, but yeah, okay, continue.
Gibraltar and Morocco.
yeah, those two. But those two are in Gibraltar is the
island
the
piece?
British. Yeah, it's the British colony within there. It's weird because like it's very Spain, and then you just walk like through like the little border they have, and it's
And it's
immediately England. You immediately see one of those red boxes, the red telephone
Yeah.
booths. It's so weird.
That's jokes.
Yeah, and they have their own currency. They have their own everything, and it's just
Slap dab in the middle of
it's
Spain.
kind of,
and
it's kind of
Africa.
crazy because like Poland has borders with the Czech Republic and
Yeah.
Slovakia, and we live on the pretty much right on the border.
Mhm.
So a drive to Slovakia is like a 30-minute bike ride and a 5-minute drive.
Nuts.
So when you drive through it, it's like nothing changes. Like you could see where the border is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
before the European Union
yeah.
happened, like you could after the European Union, that border was not maintained at all because no one was in it, right? Because
Yeah.
you can freely enter one country and leave another country.
Yeah.
So it's like you leave Poland and enter Slovakia, and it's literally the same. And you leave Slovakia and enter the Czech, and then the Czech back to Poland, and it's literally the same.
They always like
It's like
the
similar
culture and everything. Just looks
Culture
the
is
same.
literally like if you put all the countries into one
Yeah.
and then say this is Poland, Czechoslovakia.
Yeah. It
And
would
wouldn't
be
change.
fine.
It won't be one country. So
Wow.
I just find it how it's so interesting. But then you travel like across the border on the other side to Germany, and then that's different.
Oh, okay.
And then that's different. How different is like different areas within Poland like itself? Or is it kind of like one huge city where everyone's kind of like on the same page?
No. So think of, I'm not going to compare it to Canada because it's not Canada at all.
Yeah.
It's completely different. The cities, people leave the cities, and look, where my village is, we live up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So it's very green. It's
That's pretty sick.
The houses are, some of them are still made out of wood. You could tell that like this is a village.
Yeah.
And then you enter the city, and it's like,
Concrete.
okay, this is a city, right? But like the city has a very European aesthetic to it. It's kind of weird to explain. You can only really see it in like pictures and stuff. Overall, Poland's like very historical. So their cities maintain like a very, for example, they don't have
heritage.
like they do for some of their roads. They don't have asphalt roads. They have those like bricks that
Cobblestone?
cobblestone roads.
Okay, that's pretty
So
sick.
it's like, they have kind of that. So it's like between cities, it's asphalt. And then once you enter the city, it's like sometimes cobblestone roads. Sometimes like in the villages, it's asphalt. And then to get to your like house, you have like a half asphalt, half gravel type of road. Because like it's, for the way our village works, it's one asphalt road that goes all the way through it. And then all the houses are lined up against it. And then there's little entrances, a few houses like, because in Poland, they don't really have neighborhoods. In Poland, they build houses off how much land you have. So if you have a block of land here, you could either sell that land and buy another land closer to where you want it, or if that land has been in your family a long time, you want to build on it. So you build on that land, and then you make your own road from your house to where the main road leads.
Oh, so
That's
it's
pretty
kind of
cool.
like
You have more freedom in how you.
Yeah.
How you just
so it's
wanna
kind of
live.
like the road is like here, and then all the houses have like a road
Yes,
that goes
exactly,
off.
exactly.
by
So
itself.
my aunts,
Yeah.
the houses we stayed at, they were, conveniently blessed to have land right beside the road, because it's literally the road, and then their gate to their house is right beside it, and then you just enter their house, right?
Right.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, and so it's like the villages all kind of follow a similar trend, especially down south. It's one road, and then if you want to enter this side, these side of villages, the road trails off this way. If you want to end up like one, so it's like you have village 1, village 2, village 3, all on one road. If you want to reach village 4, 5, and 6, they're on 4, 5, and 6, and they're all in one line. So you travel one road, and you can travel through like 4 or 5 villages in a row.
Okay.
And then it branches off into 2 more lines, and then you have 2 more villages on this road, 2 more villages on this road before it branches off even more. And then the city
pretty
is like any other city. There's like a bunch of different roads that lead into it,
Yeah.
and everything's in the city.
Right. Okay.
I feel like that's a better way of building places,
I mean,
or
it's
a more unique way.
yes, but it's it's not efficient at all.
Yeah.
It's not efficient at all.
I mean, roads here aren't efficient either.
I mean, yeah.
That's the issue. So like, what is like
compared
you have to
compared
go
to
ahead.
like Brampton and in Poland,
Poland?
which one would you prefer to live in?
Well, am I living in my house in
No,
Poland?
Like if you
your
were to take
life
this house,
here,
yeah,
like
but
everything's
in-
the same except the
the
structure of
infrastructure
the
is different.
Yeah.
Oh, then here, without a doubt, it's so
Okay.
inconvenient in Poland. So inconvenient
Because you
Here-
have to travel
here, if you look at Brampton or Mississauga or anywhere, especially Brampton, it's literally built like a grid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have 5 roads going horizontally, 5 roads going vertically, and you can weave in and out. If your neighborhood is here, you enter your neighborhood, through Sandalwood, Chinguzi, bang, you're there,
Yeah.
right?
But Waterloo isn't like that. Because when I went to Waterloo, it follows the river, and as the river turns, the roads turn. So sometimes you'll literally be going in 2 opposite directions, but you're on the same road.
Yeah,
Like,
so
it's weird
but
like
it's like that in Caledon too. Except Caledon has that same thing, except on much
Yeah.
bigger scales, right? You have one road,
Yeah.
and then you have another road that crosses if you wish to turn, and then
And
you have
then
to.
those weird ones that fucking cross like
Yeah.
like a point like this, like it's weird.
well, Poland
So,
is completely different.
Poland is like, you guys ever play Civilization?
No.
So Poland's like this.
Yeah.
You have 2 options to get from Warsaw
Yeah.
to, let's say, Częstochowa, which is
Okay.
2 big cities. You have 2 options. One, take 6 hours taking side roads, because it's like those dumb roads that like the
Weave.
two lane roads, which like travel through 5 villages at a time, and then you branch off into 2. You could take that, or they have one highway that leads from Warsaw to
But
all the way down.
Does it get like backed up though?
Like I said, they dug up 60 kilometers of it.
Oh, and that is the highway.
That is the only highway. To be fair, they've like around Warsaw.
Yeah.
They really like reconstruct it, because I remember we went there like 4 years ago, and they were still constructing it. But like you go back 8 years ago, it was nothing but those village roads, and that's what you took to get home. It used to take 5 hours to drive from Warsaw to where I live. Now, if that construction is done, you slam in 3.5 hours. Because another thing is, the law in Poland is much more lenient. My dad was after that traffic, my dad was booking at 155, 160 on the highway, and he was just casually. Because the thing in Europe is, I feel like a lot of drivers are very
sensible.
Yes, and very cultured. Here, you have a dumbass in the left lane going 100.
Yeah.
In Poland, if your ass is going 100 and the guy behind you is going 150, first of all, if you're going 100, you're not in the left lane.
Yeah.
You're automatically out. But if you're going 130 in the left lane and the guy behind you is really getting up, you make way for him.
I feel like people in other countries just like care about other people on the road more, because it's like weird. Like even when I went to Jamaica, like it's
I've heard
mad chaotic, but like everyone just like everyone like knows what's going on kind of thing. And like you'll see people just like on a red light, they'll just be like, I'm just gonna go, because, and then everyone just like, yeah, he went because he had somewhere to go, and they just accept it, and then they know how to move, they know how to react to it, and everyone knows.
And in India, they don't use turning signals. They use honking. Hey, I'm on your left.
Yeah. I have. No worries.
Our producer's so good.
Yeah.
It's so
but
cool having a producer.
It is cool. She has all the information we need if we ever get caught and we can't think of anything after this country conversation.
I have some stuff.
There's lots of stuff.
Like I said, I have 3.5, 4 weeks of shit.
I understand, but you can't even get it all because we're so close to the end now, so it doesn't even matter.
We do a part 2.
We're gonna make a 3-hour special one.
You know what we need to do? One of these days, we're just gonna film
10-hour
3 episodes in like one day, so you can get everything off your mind. And then you can just chill for the next week, and then you can build up more and have 3 days.
You know what happens?
Yeah.
And then like week 2 happens, and then fucking Messi gets transferred, and then we have another 2 episodes of not talking about Messi getting transferred.
No, if anything huge happens that needs to be talked about, then we're like, all right, emergency meeting. We'll release that other one after. The only thing is we're gonna have to bring 3 changes of clothes, so it doesn't look like we're doing it the same day. But yeah, what were we talking about? But yeah, so like, I don't know what it is about here. It's like Western civilization.
It's so
rushed. It's just like so like
me.
There's a lot of animosity.
It's all me. That's exactly what it is. Me. And no one gives like a shit. Like if I'm in the left lane and I'm driving 100 and you're going 150 behind me, I guess you're slowing down. that's like the attitude we have. And like people think like they're so safe because we got all these stoplights and our police do this and do this. Our accidents are way higher than everyone else.
Yeah, because people give a shit.
Because people here are reckless. Bro.
Oh, another thing in Europe, you rarely see stoplights.
Yeah,
rare. Everything's roundabouts. Everything is roundabouts.
Oh, so you keep the flow going.
Always flow. So there's very like. I think that's back. You're gonna be backed up in traffic. Like I was exiting Żywiec with my cousin, and it was backed up. And I was like, in my head, I knew how far it was from the roundabout, right? So when we hit traffic, I was like, "Fuck me, we're gonna be stuck here for like half an hour, fucking 5 minutes." We were out.
That's nuts.
That
doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
Like I can't imagine being stuck in traffic and thinking 5 minutes. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like. I'm stuck in traffic. Like my cousin hates traffic.
Yeah,
I'm sure because he's not used to it.
Yeah, and so when she stuck there, I kind of looked at her and I was ready for her to say "fuck." She just casually she just looks up. 5 minutes in and out, bam.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't see people like weaving in and out of traffic.
Because it's like if you don't weave in and out of traffic, because if you gotta go fast, you stay in your left lane, and if you're faster than somebody else, they move out of the way for you. If someone's faster than you, you move out of the way for them. If you're older or slower or you don't really know where you're going, you stay in the right lane.
Yeah.
If you're exiting, you stay in the right lane. If you're minding your own damn business or you have that me attitude, you have me attitude, but you do your me attitude in the middle lane.
See,
Nuts.
that's I don't know. There's so much things that like just make so much sense in other places that they're just not in like the culture here. I'm just like
You're just
why?
waiting for
do
that
it.
like fucking. You're waiting for that like 10 gigabyte update to happen in Canada and the US,
Yeah.
and it just never happened.
No.
It's like obviously there's like better things here than other places, but like those like especially infrastructure. Infrastructure is the biggest like issue here. Like public transit, highways, because like your population to like road number just doesn't make sense, and they think, oh, I'll just add more lanes, and then I'll add more lanes, but at the same time I'll build more houses, so now there's more people on these more lanes, so now we have the same problem. So I don't.
But the thing in Poland is their highways are 3 lanes.
Yeah,
Sometimes even at 2 lanes. But it's like I think it's also people drive the way they drive, like 150 with like zero remorse, is because just no cars on the highway.
yeah.
I think that's the thing too, because compared, like, what's the population in Poland?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's more than Ontario. So
Okay, never
so
mind.
it's much
Yeah,
bigger
that's
than
fine.
Ontario.
But like places like Toronto, like if you know that you're gonna have this many people, you have to build the infrastructure to be able to accommodate. But when you have one highway, or it has 2, I guess technically, but like the main one is the main highway, you have one,
Yeah.
and everybody has to enter. All 2 million plus tourists, plus people passing through, plus all these people have to go just through there. Obviously, you're gonna have traffic all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have 10 lanes or 5 lanes. It's going to be the same amount of traffic.
Like you have to just, I don't know, they have to think more. And
What do
it's
you-
like, what?
What do you guys think would happen if Canada had an Autobahn
We would
or
all
something
die.
similar?
For
We
the
would all
next
die.
5 to 6 years.
600 people.
Can I
600
ask you guys a question?
deaths.
Like, don't laugh at me. What's the Autobahn?
Oh, it's the German highway that doesn't have a speed limit.
It was similar to what you were talking about.
You can just
But,
go
like,
on and
there's
just,
Oh, no,
lanes
we have a
designated
speed
for-
limit. It's just police officers, it's just
it's just accepted, yeah.
It's just
But, like-
much more relaxed.
yeah, but
Yeah.
German, like imagine Germany car, like if you have a souped up car that just goes 250 kilometers, go.
And I wanted to fact check this before I like said it out loud,
Yeah.
but there's less accidents like or death by car in Germany than in Canada.
Yeah,
even though they
because-
have the Autobahn.
That's because if you know someone's coming behind you at 160
move, bro.
move. But here everyone's like, oh, they have to go around.
Nah,
the
you know
police
what
is
it
gonna
is?
catch them or
You know,
whatever.
you know what it
right?
is? Because those same people here are inconsiderate. Because by my house,
Yeah.
it's 60 kilometers
Yeah.
the max. So if you go 80, like, I don't care. But I'm hearing people in the night, in the middle of the day, ripping it down the road, bro. He's like going
Yeah, there's a school
120.
zone there too.
It's a school zone, fam. And then you're going 120. People go for walks. Old women go for walks, and you're gonna go 120 while she's crossing the street. Are you nuts?
That's what
And then
I'm
when you see
saying.
people crossing the street, some cars speed up. I'm like, bro, okay, just
be
think this
fair,
through.
To be fair, it was actually kind of funny. So I have 2 things to add on to that. One was when my cousin's new husband, my cousin-in-law, I don't know what to call him.
The one that got married.
Yeah,
just now.
so
Yes, yes.
so
Cousin-in-law,
we
okay.
went to their city and we kind of like hung out with them. Josephine, myself, my brother, and my other cousin, while she went to go get a tattoo. So he was driving us, and he was driving us through the city because we had to meet up with my parents somewhere else. And we were driving, and he said, "Yeah, so this is like a really busy city." I'm like, and then he's like, "Yeah, but this doesn't really seem busy for you because like you live in Toronto and stuff." And it's like, what's the difference? I'm like, this is like 12 o'clock drive.
That's
Oh.
busy for him.
Yeah, like a 12 at night, like midnight drive in downtown Toronto.
Yeah.
That's how much like traffic and stuff there were at like
6 o'clock.
11
Like
a.m.
that-
11
that-
11
oh, okay.
a.m.
So just after rush hour kind of thing.
No. 11.
Do they have rush hour there? That's my
Not
question.
really.
Like, how do you get to work? How do people
A
work?
lot of it's walking distance. Because like you said, like
Imagine walking to work.
European transit systems just work.
Yes, there's so
They,
much.
like my cousin, she lives like a 45-minute walk from her house.
Yeah.
But transit system, she gets to work in
That's
15
what I'm
minutes.
15?
saying.
15 minutes.
Bro, when we were in Spain, we went to a whole nother city in like half an hour. So I don't.
Bro, here if you miss the bus, you're late. You're late. and you miss half your shift. You might as well walk home.
Tell me how where I live, there's a one bus that goes, and it only goes in one direction.
Yeah.
So like if you need to go the opposite way, you have to catch the bus and wait until it goes back around the loop to come.
Yeah, good luck,
at the
man.
next
So you
stop.
gotta leave. If you have to be there in an hour, you gotta leave 2 hours before.
Yes, because you have to wait for the whole loop.
Are you nuts?
And I'm like, oh my god, man, it's ridiculous. And the fact that the subway system is one city wide.
You want to know something fun?
What?
Some Poland cities don't even have a subway system.
Well, they don't.
But their
use
transit just works.
It just works.
buses. I don't know, man. It doesn't. I don't know. Like even
Where I live, we have there's a GO station that goes straight to Toronto.
Yeah.
On the weekends, it doesn't work.
That's what I'm saying. The train doesn't run on the weekends. How does that make
But the
sense?
train can get to Toronto. It doesn't work. It doesn't run on weekends.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's so much wrong. Yeah.
You know what
there's
the
so
other
much
thing
wrong
is?
here. What?
You ever see those moments where what I remember about going to school is I was late for class because of this. You have the GO train, and why is the GO train sharing the exact same tracks as the
Via Rail?
Not Via Rail, but those
The CDN.
CN or whatever, those
CN,
giant ones that take like 10 hours to get through. Why are they sharing?
I don't know, man.
In Poland, you have two tracks. You have one for those kind of like transportations, and then you have your
That makes sense.
passengers.
You know what doesn't make sense is that GO train and the CN share the same railroad, and then there's Via Rail, which has its own railroad, which I've never seen people get on. Because Via Rail goes from like I think
you
goes
can go to
across
Ottawa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ottawa,
Montreal and
yeah.
I've never
major
seen
city
people.
to major city.
Yes, I've seen them only in Toronto. Actually, I've only seen them like when I was in Toronto. I've seen them a couple of times. But
I've never seen a Via Rail. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never seen a Via Rail move.
I've seen.
I've like went to the station and like at the train station they have like 8 lined up and they're never there.
Bro, they don't even stop at the GO station stops. They just go through.
Yeah.
So they have their own
yeah.
track for nothing. Like, why don't you just lift
They
it and
literally
move
could
it?
just like put it or go around it, so they're not making things difficult.
Have me confused as a child, saying like, "Why is this train not stopping? Do we have to get on?
And think
I
of
have
it
to
this
jump
way.
on this."
Have you ever noticed that? Say you need to catch the train to Toronto, okay? You have a ride there, an hour. You can get into Toronto, but you have to bus there 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Like, what kind of difference is that? You have to take transit all the way there 3.5
And it's even
hours.
worse
Right
on
like that.
it's even worse on if you gotta get there like because the trains now
Yeah.
during the weekdays they run longer.
Yeah.
Back then, last train to Toronto was like 1 p.m. If you had a 3 p.m. if you had like a 4 p.m. class,
You're
your
done.
ass was busing to Shoppers World and then taking the GO bus from Shoppers World.
Yeah. Tell me how this makes sense. You have a train that only goes in one direction at a time. It goes to Toronto in the morning, and then they switch over,
do
and
that.
then they go from Toronto to here.
They don't even rotate the train. It goes backwards.
Oh man, that makes me upset.
But yeah,
Train goes fucking backwards, yo.
That makes me very
Part of
upset.
the train is moving back.
and hey, look, how much taxes do we pay that go to fucking public transit?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like we're still waiting for that update. It's like in you know, it's like in video games. Sometimes I play NHL
Yeah,
and I play online NHL, and you have things where
They just need to patch it.
no, but you have things where it's like when you're playing as goalie and you go to the bench, the player that comes on when you pull your goalie is a CPU. It's like it's the easiest programming to just get your goalie to the bench and then you switch as that player that comes on, just so you play more.
yeah.
And they still haven't figured it out. It's like the easiest things to figure out, and they just don't do it.
I know.
That's EA. They just want
I
to.
know they know how to do it. They just don't have.
They
to.
just
just-
don't
you
want
know,
to.
because
They don't need to.
NHL 2K doesn't exist, so they don't have to.
You know what it is though?
Right.
It's the same thing as like governments and shit. It's like they have the resources and stuff,
Yeah.
but they say it's fine now, and it's gonna cost money to make it just a little bit more fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
the
It's
payout-
tolerable,
it's
but to make it
tolerable.
efficient,
It's too much money to make it fully efficient.
Yeah.
And the money that they're gonna get for
it's gonna cut their margins for
And
Exactly.
see,
for,
the
for
problem
profit.
is, it's like, hey, I have this big idea to build a nice ass Via Rail system. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be super quick. Let's get it started. After 4 years, I'm out of office. This guy's like, I don't like any of that. Scrap it.
scrap it.
I don't want it.
So
Scrap
where does
it.
that
It's
money
not my
go?
idea,
Do you
so
get a
scrap it.
refund for it? It's
No,
like, yo,
it's
yo,
gone.
I didn't.
No, it's in the
sanction
air
it.
now. It's in the air now. It's gone.
You have half-built railways.
You just have a half-built tunnel.
Caledon.
You just have a tunnel underground. It's like, yeah, what does this lead to?
We'll
I don't know. Ask the last guy. I
We'll
don't
make it
know.
an aquarium. We'll make it an aquarium.
That's what I'm saying.
We make it an art museum.
So frustrating, man. But like, also going back to your NHL point, did you see the issues with Madden 21?
You see the
There
issues
were
with
things-
NBA 2K1?
Listen.
2K21?
There were a banner in Madden 21 that said Madden 19. It was in the game. It said Madden 19. And
And this is 21.
and in other menus it said 20. Then those banners said 19, and then the main game is.
You know what's
20.
crazy? Like people reviewed the game. Like they took it to their board of directors, and like,
And
hey,
they
is this
said,
good?
this
And it's
is-
like, good.
It's ready for release.
Release it. You should see
My-
the user scores on Metacritic were 0.4.
Wow.
0.4?
They were people were so.
I
mad.
remember-
You know
I know-
why? That's because they don't have any competition.
Yo,
Yeah,
I play
exactly.
FIFA,
Yeah.
a lot of FIFA, and I say this is the worst servers in the world.
It's
The
because
stuff I've read for NBA 2K21 have
Nah, 2K
I-
is
21 or-
dangerous.
it makes me blessed. To
2K is
say,
a different
okay,
breed.
FIFA, you know what? I have my shit with EA Sports FIFA. They're doing a pretty good job. If this is what the other competition's doing,
because at least they still have PES, so they're still like
They have to
it's
be-
not real competition, but at least like they're still like knocking. They're like knocking. They're like,
They're
hey,
knocking.
don't mess up.
You
don't
have-
mess
well,
up.
yo,
You know what
they
I mean?
messed up and people went to PES, but they're like, PES is shit, so they came back.
That's what I say. But and you know what's worse? Like FIFA 21 is gonna be on PS5. PES literally said we're not gonna do nothing for the next gen consoles. We're just gonna release it. It's gonna be exactly the same though. But next year though.
Do you see the
Next year-
Unreal Engine for next year? It actually looks pretty sick.
Oh yeah, the Unreal Engine 5 is
For,
ridiculous.
for,
For-
what?
for
Like,
PES.
the-
PES 20,
The thing with PES,
22?
I'll tell you why PES will never be competitive. It's because they don't have licensing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to play with London Red.
yeah.
Yeah.
but they stole the Juventus licensing.
Yeah.
It's like, Ronaldo's still on
Yo,
FIFA 21.
yo,
I doubt anyone's gonna switch.
Just
off
use,
FIFA 21.
just tell Messi to use the money that he would have gotten for his release clause and just put it into
Bro,
PES
they put
Buy a
Messi
licensing.
and Ronaldo on the cover in PES
and didn't generate any
and couldn't
funds.
sell.
Mbappe selling more.
That's actually sad. That means if Messi and Ronaldo went to Syria, they couldn't save the league.
No, I guess you're.
no. They
I was
been
wrong.
disproven.
I was
You're
wrong.
Messi
wrong.
does go to Juventus, then they have all the full license. But it's like PES won't win until they have the license.
Which is true. But
All they
my
need is a
sen-
Premier League license.
Which is why FIFA
Not
can
e-
still be like not do anything, but still they still have to
kind
yeah,
of
like try. They still have to try a little bit.
they have
Madden
to pretend
has,
like they care a little bit.
Madden has nothing. NHL has nothing.
No
2K has nothing. There is nothing for them to compete. So why? Why bother?
I remember
That's
when
the-
NBA
it's like-
Live was better than 2K.
It's like, yo, you
Like
want to play
2004.
basketball game? You have to buy your
You
game,
have to buy this.
or
There's
buy some
nothing else.
shitty NBA Street made by Capcom or some dumb shit.
Yeah, that's the only option you have. So that's the problem. But I don't know, man. That's why competition is so important. Or having people down your neck.
That's
Long
why
story
Messi wants
short,
to leave.
The whole entire globe needs like a 110 Call of Duty gigabyte update. Just
Yeah,
to update everything.
That'd be
Update
great.
it, please, because like this.
you hear they're building the LRT for Brampton and Mississauga.
We'll see. We'll see when the
Like
next
is it a subway system?
LRT.
Was
I
it the
heard-
over
Weren't they
light-
supposed to? They were supposed to do that, and then the new guy came in, and he's like, "I don't like it that way."
They were supposed
change
to
it.
They were supposed to destroy the entire train station parking lot for Brampton Go, and build a Ryerson University there.
Yeah,
Brampton
I remember they
Go?
were gonna do that. Yeah.
Where is that?
Downtown Brampton, Queen Street.
Do you remember? You know where that
No,
giant clock thing is downtown
Oh.
Brampton?
Downtown Brampton, yeah. But
They're gonna build a university
The
there.
Ryerson,
Yeah.
like an
And
extension.
downtown Brampton,
Yeah, but
the
they
worst
scrapped it.
place in Ontario.
No,
It would've
wasn't even
changed-
that.
it
It
would've
wasn't even
changed
that. You know
everything.
what the worst part about that whole situation was? Is there okay? Build that university, sure. I wonder where your students are gonna park. I wonder. What, on the one lane street?
on the train tracks,
On
bro.
the fucking train track. The underground parking under City Hall is garbage. They have like a total of 100 seats there, spots.
Bro, knowing them, they would charge exorbitant funds
Yeah.
just to park there. It's
You
like,
look
oh
you
yeah,
want
this
to
is
say
a.
something. What are you saying?
What about the GO station?
No, they would replace it.
They would replace the whole thing
No,
in the
because
parking
then
lot?
they'd make Mount Pleasant Brampton's designated goal station.
So
Ah.
then-
Mine was.
Then Mount Pleasant would run 24/7.
You know the worst thing? Imagine being in class, you just hear a fucking train right beside your window. Because like they're removing they're not gonna move the tracks,
No.
so they'd build
Oh,
something around the
They
tracks.
just put like a little thing.
Or
It just
they
goes
make
through
the
one
st-
of,
or
they have
they
train
make-
class, and then every once in a while the trains go straight through the class. Like, see?
the
Or-
train would be
or-
on class.
Or they would have maybe like a Ryerson stop and make kind of like a subway ish.
Ugh.
But
Yeah.
that's just dumb.
Ugh.
I don't
Yeah.
think that'd be different from U of T being near like all the hospitals, so you just hear all of the helicopters
Yeah,
and
you
the
do see a
fire.
lot. You hear a lot. Like the sound isn't. I don't know.
It's just the
I don't
like
know,
it's so confined.
Ryerson's attached to a mall.
Is it really?
Is it?
Mhm.
Is it?
That's hilarious.
Is it touch the Eden Center?
Yeah. You have my friend has classes in in the movie theater seats at Cineplex. I'm not joking. Why?
No. You're joking.
No.
No. I won't allow you to say that to my face, bro.
Ryerson has an entire like library
like-
area with like a beach setup, and then
Yeah.
they can't make a lecture
That's
hall.
awesome. I was there. They have the entire setup where think of like, you know where people study? They have like different floors. They have like a beach floor, a business floor, whatever. And if you go to the beach floor, it's
There's
nothing
sand?
but like beanbag. No, it's like sand colored wood everywhere. There's no chairs. There's just a bunch of beanbags and towels that you kind of just sit on and chill and read. And
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know,
That's
man.
cool. Anyways,
I don't know, man. This has been
this week.
that's not so much to
largely
talk about, but
upsetting.
yeah, fine.
Write it down. Write it down and
Fine.
save it. Write it
Fine,
down
fine.
and save it.
First, you tell me FIFA the World Cup is scripted, and now you're telling me people have classes in movie theaters.
Yeah, the Cineplex. Story of my life. My friend said it's the worst. It's bad because he has I forget what lecture he had in there, but it was like calculus or some dumb shit. And you know how movie theater chairs are very comfy, so he's like, I slept through most of it.
Yeah.
But fuck, fine, I'll write it down. Let's wrap it up. Someone wrap it up. I'm mad.
All right. As always, if you're watching us on the YouTube, you could
The Jew? Do you say Jew? Bro, you.
So if you're watching us on
I saw the worst TikTok. Can I just say this?
oh my god.
Yo, okay, well, you after.
This is such a bad joke. I'm sure the account got banned, but like it's kind of like it wasn't actually. It's such an insulting
even-
joke. I'm not gonna say it unless you guys want me to say it. And it's the internet. Fuck. I'm not
I've
gonna
just
say
been watching Lewandowski's TikToks. I'm
They're
like, bro,
cringe. It's like this guy's a Ballon d'Or.
this guy assaulted Europe's teams, and these are the
doing the
TikToks.
renegade.
I'm done, bro. He has to be banned. In his next contract, he was like, no more TikToks. It's ruining your image as a human being.
You ever seen the ones where his whole workout videos with his wife?
No,
And like
I can't watch them after
and like
he.
his wife would be like, and now you have to stretch, and Lewandowski would be stretching behind her and look at the camera and be like, and looking at her butt and stuff.
It's
Anyways,
so corny.
That's it. We're
Cringe.
done. We're done.
My innards.
Let me end it.
My
Let
innards
me end
hurts.
it. Let me end the episode.
Internal bleeding.
Let me.
When I see it, my corneas rupture.
As always, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can catch us on all the DSPs. What is that? Spotify, iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts.
Bro, my floating ribs
iTunes,
drop.
iTunes.
How does that make sense?
Podchaser, Stitcher.
My Adam's
and
apple
more.
turns into a rock.
Okay,
bro.
you can watch all of that. And then if you're listening to us on any of those, you
My
can catch us on
eyebrows
YouTube.
unites
Make sure you
because
follow
they're so
us.
furrowed
Make sure
that I can't comprehend what I'm seeing.
Make sure you follow us
Yo.
at Don't Think Too Hard Podcast on Instagram. And that is all. Make sure on YouTube, though, you like, subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment, all that fun stuff that YouTubers say.
This guy was
Do
supposed to
those
win
things.
a Ballon d'Or. That's another thing. Yo, FIFA is scripted,
Yo,
man.
he won the treble and had the most goals in the whole
And won Champions League.
Year.
All right, ready, guys?
And then
on the
it's
count
like,
of
oh,
three?
Ballon d'Or is cancelled.
On the count of three, we're going to say
Yo,
bye.
it's scripted.
Ready? 3,
It's scripted, man.
2,
It's so scripted.
1.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.